Star Radio's On the Money with Darlington Building Society.
Darlington Building Society, the heart of the local community.
So, hello, once again we have Colin from the Darlington Building Society, the CEO. I guess, first and foremost, we've been talking over the last few weeks about the open sort of walk-ins for the mortgages, which has been going, I think, quite well. How has that been going from your perspective?
Yeah, it's been going really well. It's good for people to know that they can pop in and they can ask questions that are on their mind about their mortgages. We've had a whole range of different circumstances. First-time buyers, because there's a lot of press coverage that says you will not be able to buy your first home until you're almost close to retirement. It's that ridiculous at times. But there are great packages, and there are a lot of new houses that are being built and will continue to be built that first-time buyers can access. We're also seeing a lot of perhaps older people who may have intended to retire earlier. They've decided now or perhaps need to work longer, so they're asking, okay, how do I fund my mortgage for that bit longer, or perhaps downsize? So that's been very useful. People walking in, and we're there to be able to give that advice.
And the cool thing about it, I guess, really, Colin, is, and this has come out certainly over the last few weeks or so, is that the Darlington Building Society's approach to the whole mortgage thing is very much part of your USP. It's not what all of the other lenders necessarily do, and that's key to what you guys do, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I may have mentioned this before, but a couple of years ago we asked our members, which, as you know, are our customers, what is it that you would really get behind with Darlington Building Society? And we get a huge amount of response. And you wrap all that together, and the strongest theme was, would you share your knowledge, share your skills, share your experiences, share your resources. So that's what we do. And there are times where we share things that mean that we don't do any business with that customer. There was a case. I was speaking to one of my staff the other day there. She said, I just didn't think it was in the best interests of that customer to buy that house yet. They're not ready. They can't really afford it. But I gave them some tips. I said to them, if you do these things for the next 3 to 6 months and you demonstrate you can do it, we'll back you. So we share things like that. We also, it goes to the very heart of how do you share things in your community. Yesterday, at a meeting with the Chief Executive, Leslie Richardson, of the Prince Bishop's Community Bank, headquartered up in the Durham area, and they're a credit union, and we really like to support the credit unions. They do a fantastic job, and therefore we said, right, what can we share with you? What is it our 120 staff have that your small band of staff and volunteers would benefit from? Some of our policies, some of our risk approaches. So sharing, really important. I don't know if you've been past some of our branches recently, but you can following on Twitter, you'll see that I think it was last week or the week before. The Darlington Table Tennis Club set up their table in the middle of the branch and were showing off their top spin and their backhand, and it's given people a chance to showcase what they do in our branch window, sharing our space.
And I guess, the important thing is, I think we can probably appreciate, because obviously you're sat there with the Darlington Building Society head on, that it's an advantage to you, but this is an advantage clearly, to your customers and to the community. This is the key, really, isn't it?
It is. We are here for this community. What we do is we've got a model that we take savings, we lend through mortgages, we arrange insurance, we arrange investments for our local operating area, but also we do that beyond the Teesside, North Yorkshire, County Durham area. That gives us a chance to make profits elsewhere in the country. It means that we're not susceptible to the risk of a significant downturn in our operating area, and therefore we can make money and we bring it back, and that allows us to have our premises. It allows us to, in our pledges this year, we have said we're going to give 160 volunteering days. So far we've helped 87. We're going to get to that £160,000 that we've pledged to raise too. So, yeah, that's our model. That's what we stand for. But we'll always give the advice that's the best for the customer. There's no interest in doing anything else.
Which is great, and it's great to hear that. And going back just to those to the sharing and to those mortgage days in particular, Colin, there's still a few more of these open days and walk-in sessions on the agenda. They can get the information at the website. They can
get the information at the website, and you know what I'd really like to do is I'd like to be in a position where it doesn't need to be something special. It doesn't need to be a named day. And we're doing some training at the moment, some qualifications for our staff so that we have more people in our branches who are available at the drop of a hat to be able to give that advice. So that's an investment which we're underway with.
On the Money with Darlington Building Society.